and welcome to a brand new holiday-themed episode of TV Talk. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Anna.
And today we're going to tell you about some of the best holiday episodes of television out there. Our first episode comes from Parks and Rec, probably one of everyone's favorite television shows. And this episode is called Citizen Nope. It aired in the 4th season. And in this episode, Leslie is attempting to make it through a scandal that arises when she's running for city council. Her poll numbers are low, and her campaign advisors tell her that she should just give up and sit the race out. But the entire department is trying to come up with a gift for Leslie because she, gives everyone the best Christmas gifts all the time. So Anne, Ron, April, all the rest of them decide that the best campaign gift for Leslie will be to run her campaign for her and support her through this. The ending is beautiful. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I cry every time. Make this one of your holiday traditions and see why Leslie Knope is the best candidate out there.
Agreed. Our next Christmas episode is in Modern Family. It's called Express Christmas. It aired in 2011 as part of its 3rd season. So the basic premise is that the whole family realizes that December 16th is the last day that they will be together as a family until New Year's. So Phil decides to do an express Christmas because Christmas is obviously on December 25th. The family members are paired up and they are told to complete a certain task so that Christmas can be ready for December 16th, 9 days before actual Christmas. So obviously in Modern Family fashion, everybody fails, and Jay proposes that they celebrate Jewish Christmas instead and go to a Chinese restaurant. So everyone agrees and they end up having a really nice, wonderful Christmas because they all just like really being together. I really like Modern Family. It's always really sweet. This episode gives me the warm and fuzzies, so I highly recommend it. Same with Citizen Nope.
So our next show, the American version of The Office. There are so many Christmas or holiday-themed episodes in this show. I think there's like 8 or 9 total because they did like one every season. But 3 of the best ones, in my opinion, are number 1, The Christmas Party. This was in season 2. 4 words for you: Yankee Swap and the Teapot. The Teapot is probably one of the best moments in the history of Jim and Pam's relationship. I have a lot of feelings about this. It's very good. So funny. Another one is A Benihana Christmas. This one aired in season 3. Michael gets broken up with by his girlfriend, so he attempts to find a new woman to spend the holidays with. Of course, because it's Michael, he fails like so inappropriately and so spectacularly. It's like a train wreck that you cannot look away from. Of course, this is also one of the episodes where Karen is back at Dunder Mifflin, and so she and Pam actually strike up a friendship, which is a little odd, but we'll work with it. And they try to take down Angela and the rest of the party planning committee, and they have the dueling holiday parties, and it's very funny. Another one that you should check out is Moroccan Christmas in season 5. This is the one where they decide to stage an intervention for Meredith at the office holiday party. Enough said, check any of these out. Of course, like we said earlier, there are like 5 or 6 other ones, so you could just marathon all of the office holiday episodes.
We would be remiss to forget any Friends Christmas episodes because those are obviously some of the funniest that have ever aired on television. So there are a couple in season 6 and season 7. The first one is the one with the routine where Ross and Monica debut their big dance routine on New Year's Eve, and Joey and Janine get together, so kind of weird, but we'll roll with it. And then one with the holiday armadillo in season 7 where Ross attempts to teach his son about Hanukkah but winds up dressed up as an armadillo since all the other costumes are taken. So it's all in Friends fashion, really quirky, really funny, a little bit heartwarming, so all super cute and fun. Our next Christmas episodes come from a really widely acclaimed show, Psych, which follows a man who pretends to be a psychic but is actually just super observant, and it follows the case a week formula. In their Christmas episode, the main character, Sean, who is the psychic, gets together with his best friend's sister, and then in their sort of mystery, a little girl asks Sean and Gus, the 2 main characters, to get Santa out of jail. It's really funny and quirky and has a lot of pop culture references, so if you're looking for a pick-me-up during your finals and you can't wait for Christmas, this is a really good episode to watch.
Now, I know I say this a lot, but this next episode we're going to talk about is one of the most iconic episodes from one of the most iconic shows of all time. And this is from Seinfeld. It's an episode entitled The Strike. May not sound familiar at first, but how about this? Festivus, a Festivus for the rest of us. In this episode, George's father, Frank Costanza, introduces Festivus to George's friends and co-workers. Basically, Festivus is a holiday that Frank Costanza has created because he does not like kind of like the corporation of Christmas and buying gifts for people. So his holiday, Festivus, includes the airing of the grievances, where you sit around with your family and friends and tell them how they have wronged you in the past year. The Feast of Strength, in which you wrestle your family members. And instead of a Christmas tree, you have an aluminum pole sitting in the middle of your living room and family space. George is, of course, embarrassed as all of his friends and co-workers learn about Festivus, but his friend Kramer takes a real liking to it. And because Kramer likes Festivus so much, this creates some problems for him. Of course, Kramer is like the weird character that lives across the hall from Jerry Seinfeld. Nobody really knows if he has a job. But in this episode, we learned that 12 years ago, Kramer used to work at a bagel store until they went on strike. Well, 12 years later, the strike has ended and Kramer decides to go back to work. He works there for a week until he asks for Festivus, not a real holiday, off, and crazy antics ensue. Jerry and Elaine are doing stuff in this episode, but it really doesn't matter what anybody else is doing because it is all about Festivus. So if you're kind of not in the holiday spirit and you really want some kind of like anti-Christmas, anti-holiday sentiments, watch this episode, celebrate Festivus, put up an aluminum pole in your dorm room.
The last show that we're going to talk about that has a Christmas episode is Fox's hit crime drama Bones. Their Christmas episode is entitled The Man in the Fallout Shelter. It aired in 2005, and it was part of their first season, their like holiday special. The whole team is quarantined after Zach, who's an intern at the Jeffersonian, triggers a biohazard alarm. So they're all kind of stuck together, don't know what to do, but there's a really nice segment where everyone gets to see their families for Christmas, including Booth, who has a 4-year-old son that he doesn't really get to see that often, so it's really heartwarming. And Bones opens a present that her parents had gotten her right before they disappeared until she was a child. It's all really kind of heartbreaking, heartwarming, and it also has, you know, the sort of Bones element of mystery that's always in it. So it's another fun one if you're really into crime and not super into mushy Christmas stuff.
All right, well, that's it for this episode. If you are trying to procrastinate on your finals, it's a good idea to put on a holiday sweater, drink a peppermint mocha, and watch some very awesome, very funny, very heartwarming television. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, WMTV 1693, and check out all of our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our website. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.